and get your day, your life is going to get better once you think twice. Your day, your life is going to get better once your perception gets better. So, how do you start taking action and moving on the ideas? First off, all of us, we have purpose. We are here on purpose and for us to be purposeful. Each and every day, you receive these ideas. You may say to yourself, you know what? I want my life to change. I want my income to go up. Now, throughout the day, you may receive a download, intuition, a gut feeling that's telling you, you know what? Start a business. And you may be like, start a business, but I don't even know where to go or what that business is going to be about. When you start taking an action, right? What I mean when I say take the action, you start researching, you start asking yourself, what are some of the things that I am really, really good at that I would enjoy doing, that I absolutely love doing, that I'm currently doing now, right? And once you start looking at that thing, so for instance, prime example, earlier today, I was on this content creators page who I absolutely love. His name is Narrow Knowledge. Okay. He talks about metaphysics, manifestation, reality change, and things like that. He had gained over 300,000, I believe 300,000 subscribers on his YouTube page within 6 months. Okay. He also had wrote a book, a bestseller on Amazon that became bestseller within 24 hours. So earlier today, I was on his page, his YouTube live, and I asked him a question. And pretty much I said, I am a content creator who have created about 10,000 videos on my YouTube channel. Do you have any words of advice for me to bring my income to a 20,000 mark every month? And his advice was first, him and his friend, AJ. So AJ pretty much like records him and do the editing and stuff like that. And so pretty much him and his friend AJ, they was like, dang, 10,000. Like they was like, there is a whole bunch of content. And so after that, he had said, start a business. And in my mind, I'm like, start a business. I'm like, start a business on what? And so I'm sitting here. I got my notes. Okay. You guys know I am always talking about journaling. I am always talking about, taking notes, writing down your ideas, writing down your goals and stuff like that. So I was in here and so I started contemplating what would I start a business on? Now, have I started a business in the past? Absolutely, I did. Okay. When I started that business, did I have it all figured out? Absolutely not. Was I afraid? Absolutely. But did I still proceed? I sure did. And the business was at that time, I was working on active wear. Okay. So I would work out. I would show up on Facebook. I would do live videos with working out. And then after that, I started ordering from Alibaba. I started ordering active wear. And I sold the active wear, but what I seen for myself was I wasn't as passionate as selling it active wear. I wasn't passionate doing it. So I had stopped with the business. So when Nero said, open a business, start a business, I said, oh my goodness, what am I going to start a business about? I started contemplating, thinking that, oh, you know what? I do have a book that I did complete and I do have to publish it. So I started thinking about that. And then out of nowhere, the idea hit me. Dina, you journal a lot, right? You always writing. You always having goals, right? So why don't you start a business wrapped around selling journals. And so I started thinking about that. And this is how simple and easy this is. You do not have to complicate it. Do not make this harder than what it has to be. It does not have to be hard at all. So I went on Alibaba, right? And I started looking at different journals and seeing what journals that I would prefer. Okay. Because I love some gold. Okay, I'm a gold girl. And so I went through the different vendors, seeing like, what quality they have, what products, how long have they been in the game with selling, wholesaling and stuff like that. After that, I had went on Chat GPT and I typed in, I am going to launch a business selling journals, and Chat GPT, and I gave the price mark, how much the journals would be, how much I expect and all this other stuff. So Chat GPT came up with a whole a whole game plan. So what did I do after that? So Chat GPT said, well, because I said I don't have a website, so how could I create a link where as though it'll route people so they would be able to buy the journal? Now, one of the things it said, Chat GPT said, was, well, Stan. Okay, so Stan is pretty much is a link, is a website. You can route people to that website and they can purchase your products and stuff like that. You can link your social media handles like your YouTube, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. What else? I think Twitter, TikTok. You can link all these different handles that you have, your accounts, your social media accounts. And so when people want to purchase your item, right? So what I did was I created a Stan store, and is free, I believe, for 3 months? And then after that, you pay $1 and then it start charging you $25. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. After you create your Stan store, the next thing with Stan is going to ask you for, your account number, your banking account number. Then it's going to ask you, before that, it'll ask you your social media handles and stuff like that. And you take that Stan link, because you already, it's like on go. What you do now is you attach it to your social media profiles. So you attach it to your YouTube, you attach it to your TikTok, you attach it to your Facebook, because that's where you are going to be selling your product. So you will say things like, hey, I'm selling this amazing journal. This journal has helped me to accomplish my goals. It has helped me to stay accountable. It has helped me to be more intentional. This journal has helped me earn 20, or let's say 50,000. This journal has helped me earn 50,000 by me putting my goals down, writing my goals, by me staying disciplined and going over my notes that I have taken, going over my goals and crossing them out, something like that. So then after that, what you do, you start pitching on social media. And remember this, your audience, right? People buy things from people that they like and trust. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are connecting with people that trust you and like you. Okay. All right. And the phenomenal thing about this is you don't need a whole lot of people, right? You don't need a whole lot of people. And it's so funny because let me tell you how all this started. Remember what I said a few videos ago? I had said that I was going to start earning $20,000 a month from social media. I didn't quite know how that was going to happen, but you will start getting ideas on things that you could do, right? And when you get those ideas, a few things tend to happen, because sometimes you may wonder, was that an idea that just came out of the blue, or was that like an idea that God is telling me to move on? This is what tends to happen. Synchronicities. Now, remember when I told you that the guy Narrow Knowledge had told me to open a business? And I was like, a business on what? Then I got the idea on creating journals, right? So then I started taking initiative. I started taking action. That's the worst thing that you can do when you get an idea, is just to sit back on the idea and just be like, you know what? I got that idea, but I'm just not going to move on it because who will buy it? No, 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 no. You got the idea. That means that there's an audience for it. Let me say that again. Hey, Neon, peace here, baby. Peace here, peace here. You got the idea. That means, and thank you, that means that there's an audience for it. You have an idea to write a book. There's an audience that would love to read the book. You wouldn't have got the idea if it wasn't finished already. We get ideas once the thing is finished, meaning once God did whatever God needed to do in order to make that idea an end result. Now, you have to work from the end result, meaning you have to start doing the thing as if you was that person already. How do you do that? Remember what I said, that I wanted to create a business on activewear. What I started doing was I have to become that person. So I reach out to different vendors and I say, hey, I'm looking to create an activewear line that is, the stuff is really, really good quality, is easy to move in. And, I just tell them what I prefer. Once that happens, then you could do samples. But me, what I did was I had purchased like boxes of active. Hold on. Whenever I say that I'm finna do something, I do it, right? Like, I feel as though we're not here for a long time. We are here for a short time. And I don't have like all the time in the world to sit on ideas, to sit on ideas, or to just be like, you know what, I got that idea, but I'm not going to move on it. So a few years ago, right? This is what I did when I started selling activewear. Okay. I contacted the vendors. You have to be that person already. I started contacting the vendors. I started ordering products. Okay. Products, which was activewear, because that's where I work currently at that time. All right. So you have to be the person. You have to be that person. Don't look at your life or look at you like, oh, I'm not qualified, or I don't have what it takes. Who gonna buy this from me? There's so many people that would love to buy from you. There's so many people that would love to experience your gift. There's so many people that would love to be around your knowledge, right? You have so much knowledge. You don't even give yourself credit for these things. You have so much wisdom. You just don't give yourself credit for these things because you have this thing going on within your mind that what makes you qualified? What makes you qualified? God said you was qualified. That's all the qualification you need. So you become that person. You step into that person. So after all of that, okay, then you start doing it. You start selling the stuff. Okay, you start selling the stuff. And one of the things that I want you to understand and get is this, and I said it already, is there's people that are waiting to be connected to you. There's people that would love to purchase from you. There's people that would love to be around you. You have to start believing in yourself. So how do you start taking action? When you get that download for you to take action, my love, is for you to take action. Don't sit on an idea any longer. Start taking action. Because this is one of the things that I want you to understand and get is this. You know how there's people in life, right? They have an idea. And other people may be like, their idea don't make sense, right? Say for instance, you got an idea to make these shoes that has wings on them or something, something, right? And you like, and you just got that download. You like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna make them shoes, that have wings on them. And then you go to a few people and they like, that don't make no sense. Why shoes with wings? What? Right? But that idea just came to you out the blue. And then next minute, you go back and you see, you come across this paper and there is plaster right on the front page. Man who sells shoes with wings that became a multimillionaire. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I had that idea years ago. You don't only get the idea, okay? Many of us get that idea, that same exact idea. And the ones that profit from that idea, from being obedient, is the one that took the action, the one that takes the action, the one that is like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I got the idea. I know it didn't come from nowhere. Okay. The idea I got, I'm gonna just take action. I'm gonna rock out to faith, right? And then they do the thing. And from them being obedient, guess what? They reap the rewards. So I want you to understand this. You're not going to sleep on those downloads that you continuously get. You're not going to keep on doing the same exact thing and hoping and lucking and praying for something new to occur. Because if you do, guess what? Next year, your life is going to be the same. By me creating journals, what do I have to lose? Nothing, but everything to gain. And that's how you have to see yourself. You have to see yourself that I have everything to gain. You already know exactly what your life is going to be like based upon what you keep on doing, the seeds that you keep on planting. You already know what life is going to give you. You your own psychic. You don't have to go to a psychic reading. You your own psychic. You know, if you plant seeds, certain types of seeds, you are going to reap that harvest. Same as that token. If you plant seeds, whereas though you say, you know what, I want my life is going to be better. Guess what? Then you start planting better seeds. But the thing about that is you will be directed on how your life could be better. You will be directed on things to do. Like when I got the idea, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, and the synchronicity. So after I got the idea about the journal, then it was this lady. I went on TikTok to post a video. And one of the things the lady said, she said, grab your pen, grab your notebook, and I am going to tell you how TikTok paid my rent this month. Remember what I said? The synchronicities? I had the idea, oh my goodness, let me create journals. And soon as I went on TikTok, the lady said, grab your pen and grab your notebook. The reason why it may seem so complicated for you to do something different is because you overcomplicating it. It is so simple, but what we tend to do at times, it make it so hard. Why? Because we feel as though, and we've been programmed that in order for things to work, it has to be hard. It does not have to be hard, right? It may be challenging. It may be scary. It may be, you may have to discipline. You are going to have to discipline yourself. But hard, nah, not hard, right? It is so simple that oftentimes we make it hard. So with that being said, I love you guys. Keep rocking out. Keep believing in yourselves. Keep on going. Keep on showing up. And very shortly, okay, those journals, they will be up. Until next time, I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.